This episode takes place at a significant new financial institution that is partnering with Ripple. What actions are we taking about the XRP and Bitcoin markets? Looking at another flush down, another potential huge move to the downside for a liquidation to top off a bloody September before we get a green October, or October as some prefer to call it, I understand. Okay, let's get right in at Bitcoin 6,000. Right now, it's unavailable. Ethereum closed at 237, down 2.28% from the previous day. With XRP being a mean 57 cents, it is down 4.2% for both USDT and USDC, arriving at their 99-cent pegs rather than $1. Over the weekend, there was a minor increase of up to 60 cents. However, as previously mentioned in yesterday's video, we saw that 60 cents is a significant barrier and that there is a lot of opposition to XRP at 60, 65, and 75 cents. That's what happens when you encounter resistance. It simply keeps going, resistance on top of resistance. Don't worry, folks. Nothing has changed regarding the outcome of XRP. We've discussed it, and our time is coming. We're merely going to chop the chop zone chop city since we want to call this channel sooner rather than later, but there is a drawback. Could we go over the Bombad's chop, which is sitting between 48 and 50,000 again? We may delve deeper than we have already. Cryptocurrency market capitalization, $2 trillion and 56 billion XRP is unnecessary if you don't think the best incentive is no incentive, according to Andrew Al. He is correct in pointing out that 99% of cryptocurrency assets provide financial incentives to validate transactions, so it's advisable to choose these instead of trying to change what makes XRP unique. As you can see, all of these other cryptocurrency companies believe that offering rewards or incentives to individuals in exchange for their assistance is a good idea. Ripple is saying, look, that's not how we do it. In our opinion, anyone who is interested in technology wants to change the world, or simply wants to make a difference will take action. We won't offer you a reward for volunteering because that will only attract unsuccessful performers, terrible players, and indifferent people who are only looking to profit from it. That's what differentiates XRP here. However, the level of institutional demand for XRP will determine its value. We have discussed the ETF on this channel, and we have already obtained the trust, the first step toward obtaining the ETF, so everything is coming together. However, as previously mentioned, interacting with banks and governments and discussing financial matters requires a significant amount of time. After 7 years, I want to stop talking about XRP being a cent or cents and instead start talking about it being in dollars. I believe that $1,357, even a double-digit XRP, will be the turning point, the moment when we can finally stop speculating about XRP falling into that price range. The impact of either the Federal Reserve or Bitcoin is becoming increasingly significant. The report anticipates the Federal Reserve's interest rate drop this week. That's significant for the first time since company because what is lowering the interest rate? This genuinely contributes positively to both the overall economy and the Bitcoin markets. If we examine the economy correctly, borrowing will increase and spending will decrease. Interest rates will decrease for both individuals and businesses, thereby promoting investment and consumption. How about increasing your investments? When interest rates rise, savings accounts and bonds lose appeal because they will yield a smaller return, which frequently pushes investors toward riskier assets. Which cryptocurrency fits this description? This is especially true if additional regulations are imposed on top of them, thereby promoting a reduction in inflation. Interest rates can stimulate demand and spending, potentially leading to inflation and a rise in central banks. You guessed it, central banks frequently lower interest rates to drive up prices during deflationary times, which weakens the currency. When a nation lowers its interest rates, its currency may depreciate in comparison. Lowering the cost of imports and raising the price of exports can currently support export-driven economies. Now, let's discuss crypto. What is the benefit of cryptocurrency? Due to the riskier nature of cryptocurrency, it attracts greater capital, which has the potential to yield higher returns than current interest rates. If these bank rates are reduced to CDs, treasury bonds, etc., the economy will have more money available because borrowing part of that capital will be less expensive. When there is interest, what can flow into alternative investments like cryptocurrency? Investors gravitate towards riskier assets like cryptocurrencies due to the low rates and returns on traditional assets like bonds. Next, we delve into the topic of store value, asserting that Bitcoin serves as an inflation hedge. We investigate this, and we do this playbook seems like a foregone conclusion since we've been discussing Q4's push-up and many cryptos' summer 2025 parabolic blow-off tops. The announcement by the Fed Reserve to cut interest rates is expected to stimulate both the economy and the crypto market, potentially encouraging risk-taking in investments and potentially raising concerns about inflation, which could further drive interest in the cryptocurrency markets. Allow me to delve into this topic. On her show, they discussed their efforts to create the first blockchain in history, integrating it with Ripple custody, and setting the stage for the future of digital finance. The Web3 community has carefully chosen this smart finance blockchain, which encourages secure and legal decentralized finance crypto. We're listening because of our connection to the Ripple we are, and we genuinely hope to find many more. Our top priority will be to utilize any native Ripple components for the ledger. To be able to join Auto, hopefully, that will be a fantastic location. Consider bringing your own unique perspective to the table. You're basically stating that if RLUSD is live on the ledger, it will be an asset with the same mobility as Auto, which is accurate. Tokens allow you to participate in financial products and services on a level playing field, just like any other token. Indeed, this is exciting news, and the inclusion of any other token is also a significant development. This is the Automatic Blockchain Twitter account. If you'd like to follow them, here's Gary Gensler. It will be interesting to observe their progress, especially when it comes to the integration of triple custody. The SEC suddenly claims to regret any misunderstanding, but it was obvious that confusion throughout this entire period was their plan, as the whole Ripple ecosystem, particularly XRP, suffered enormous losses. The jury should find Gary Jin guilty. Gary Jin should be found guilty and reimburse all investors and Ripple Labs for any fines incurred. I agree that this style causes widespread misunderstanding and, as of right now, hurts XRP investors. We would have reached an all-time high in 2020 if XRP had never been the subject of the SEC investigation. In fact, it was never even an investigation, rather, it was a straight-up lawsuit that lasted for years. Instead, we continued to rise until the release of the A190 lawsuit, after which we experienced a significant decline back to 17 cents. I don't think the XRP would be between 50 and 60 cents. I firmly believe that the value of XRP would have skyrocketed beyond its current levels, reaching the dollar range and potentially reaching the blow-off top or ultimate move that is anticipated in this bull cycle. Reputable cryptocurrency joined in, and some have noted that we never made up to 61 to 62,000, and that's true. That was the optimal rejection zone described, and he states, as you can see in his most recent video. As you can see in the image below, we are now keeping the range at its highest points. We have the option to climb back to 61, 62K before descending further, or we're prepared to take a risk. The playbook doesn't end here, so imagine the potential outcomes. A further Bitcoin retest at the bottom of this chop zone would take us to 48 to 50,000. This doesn't have to happen, but it may. Why, then, am I telling you? This is because, should this happen, you should be ready for one more chance to buy, as I think Q4 is going to be the time that we start to see this Bitcoin and the markets finally pop, when I think that Bitcoin is going to push up and make that run and break that. The price of Bitcoin is expected to surpass the $774,000 barrier, accelerate to 88,000, and surpass 100,000 by the end of the year. Folks, time is running out. Please provide me with the XRP scan. Is there anyone with this XRP? When they discuss Robinhood, why does this address come up? I strongly oppose the relisting of Robinhood. Despite the name Ripple, the actual asset is XRP, not Ripple shares. Robinhood relists XRP on the website, which is often a firm listing. Since tracking an asset's price on its website is the first step towards advertising it, Robinhood will do the same. They track the asset's price and then proceed with its opening. I absolutely think that for purchasing and selling, no one can predict with certainty when XRP will be featured on Robinhood, but what does this do well? Hopefully, sooner rather than later. This will allow more money to come in because it makes it possible for those who don't want to deal with seed phases and cryptocurrency wallets to purchase XRP using the Robinhood app. A higher price means more people will purchase. It's as simple as combining liquidity with demand. Simply put, you need a ridiculously small amount of institutional money to prevent the price of XRP from rising.